So now I get to introduce Gemma Lopez. Gemma Lopez, she is an MBA, EHR. She's a certified career coach and has founded her own company. It's called Hire Glow, Hireglo. I love that. It's a boutique recruitment firm. And so she's got over a decade of experience in talent acquisition and has partnered with executives and hiring managers to secure top talent across several industries. And her unique expertise in both recruiting and career coaching equips professionals with the tools to optimize their LinkedIn profiles, enhance personal branding, and navigate career transitions. Gemma, for all of us, we're lucky. She's based here in Austin, and she is passionate about helping clients find clarity, fulfillment, and measurable success in their careers. So, do your jazz hands or whatever, but please welcome Gemma Lopez in her presentation, LinkedIn Launchpad, Becoming Findable and Magnetic to Recruiters. Gemma, take it away.
Yes, hi everyone. I'm so excited to be here. I'm going to share my screen. How's everyone doing today? It's Friday. Let me know in the chat, guys. Let me see. Sorry. Okay, can you all see my screen? Or no? Yes? Okay.
Yeah, you've started screen sharing, but we're just waiting for you for us to be able to see you.
Okay, perfect. Sorry.
Fabulous.
Excuse me. Awesome. So I am going to, so I know it's Friday, not a great day, right, for everyone. I'm going to look at the chat here. Good morning. Yeah, super excited to be here. Thank you so much, Shannon. So I am going to teach you guys how to become findable and magnetic to recruiters on LinkedIn. So today we'll kind of talk about LinkedIn from a recruiter perspective, becoming findable on LinkedIn, and optimizing your profile to rank higher. I'll show y'all some real world examples and also easy steps to take action. Now, how we're going to workshop. And I know this might be different from how you guys do this. So I would love for you
Jim
guys.
Jim used to be
Oh, sorry.
the
I would love for y'all to turn on your cameras if you want. And if you could, this is going to be interactive. I will say that I am not shy. I hope you guys aren't either, because I will be calling on people if I don't get any responses. That's just how I roll, because silence keeps you stuck. And action takers are money makers. And I will tell you that you got to be loud in this job market. So we're going to practice today. So be present, participate, give yourself this time to learn, and I guarantee that you're going to see results. So who am I? You're probably like, who the heck is this girl telling me to talk and participate? So I am a career coach, and I'm the owner of HireGlow, a boutique recruitment firm specializing in digital marketing. And I have over 10 years of experience, as Shannon kind of mentioned, and I really love to bring insider knowledge and actionable advice drawn from my experience on both sides of the hiring process, because I've been on the recruiting side helping job seekers, and then I've also been on the hiring side. And I call Austin home. I've been here for about 5 years now, but I'm originally from Chicago. And when I'm not working with clients, you can find me on the sidelines of a basketball court or football field. I have an 8-year-old. He's in 3rd grade, and he is just in all of the activities right now. And this is, I couldn't fit everything in here, but just to give you guys an idea, these are a lot of the companies that I've worked for and that I have recruited for. And basically, my recruiting experience expands pretty much all industries, to be honest. Finance, HR, sales, admins, early careers, tech, healthcare, digital media, like everything in between. I've hired entry level, new graduates, all the way up to like VP, executive, C-suite level. So this just kind of shows you guys, like, I know what I'm talking about. So hopefully that gives you a little excitement. So this is going to be the first interaction of today, guys. Are y'all ready? What percentage of recruiters do you think use LinkedIn to source and recruit candidates? Give me your best guess in the chat. What percentage do you think recruiters use LinkedIn to source and recruit candidates? Okay, 60, 110, 99, 80, 90, 85, 75, 85. Y'all are great. I love these responses coming through. 65, you have no idea. Awesome. So according to recent statistics, approximately 87% of recruiters use LinkedIn regularly to source and recruit candidates. And LinkedIn has become the primary platform. So for you guys that said like 100%, I honestly have been using LinkedIn primarily for the last 10 years, meaning that that is the only place that I'm looking for candidates. So, and you've seen all the places that I've worked, that's pretty much all of the places that we're also using LinkedIn. So it's super important. So now that you know that nearly 9 out of 10 recruiters use LinkedIn as their primary tool to source and recruit candidates, how many of y'all think that your profile is ready to be found where recruiters are spending the most time? Tell me in the chat. Are you guys ready? Yvette, oh, had bad experiences with LinkedIn. Yeah, offshore, don't have postings, totally. And we'll kind of talk a little bit about that today. But for, do you guys feel like you're ready? Never feels ready, not findable on purpose. You have some work to do, which that is, you feel like yours is close to ready. This is why I'm glad we're talking about this today. So I'm gonna show you guys a couple of examples. So let me know in the chat, who would you reach out to? Would you reach out to the person on the left or the right? Just your initial gut response. The right, okay. Okay. Awesome. So the biggest things, which I'm sure, and you can put in the chat why you chose the right, but I'm assuming that it has to do with the picture. You know, this is a real person. You're like, this isn't a bot. The cover photo, maybe, right? Is there anything else that kind of give your gut reaction where you're like, ooh, I want to reach out to the person on the right rather than the left? The photo, Deirdre said, nice. Anyone else? Premium status, okay. Better highlights, LinkedIn verified, easy to read, request button. Okay. Yeah, that's great. So now you're kind of thinking in the eyes of a recruiter, right? Like just how quickly you made that instinctual decision on who you would reach out to. That is exactly what we do. It's a quick gut check, like first impression, takes 2 seconds. So keep that in mind as you're thinking about it. And then as we're looking, and I will show you in the back end in a bit, but which ones stand out more? The right or the left? If you were looking at this and you're like, I'm going to reach out to people. Okay. Everyone's saying the left. And then I would love to know why. Photos. Okay, cool. And I know someone said LinkedIn Premium is expensive. You can always get free trials. And even if you've had a free trial before, I've done this before, you can always ask them for another one. So don't be shy. They'll most likely do it if you reach out to their contact support, but it's not as important to be on premium as you think. So yeah, good. Yeah, you can definitely reach out to their customer service and they're pretty good. Just say, hey, I've never had premium, or I did and I didn't use it. Please give it to me for free. I'd like to try it. And they're usually good about it. So the reason I'm showing you guys all these profiles is this is how recruiters use LinkedIn to find you. We go by keyword searches. So recruiters use industry-specific keywords to find the right candidates. Boolean searches. And if you know what a Boolean search is, tell me yes in the chat. But it's basically more advanced keyword techniques to help recruiters filter out irrelevant profiles. Awesome. Y'all know about Boolean. It's kind of interesting, fun fact. And this kind of will pertain, I think, to the job market because LinkedIn, especially, and a lot of new tools are actually trying to get rid of Boolean. So they're making it much more easier for someone that doesn't have a lot of experience to just go in and click some buttons rather than putting together a syntax to search. So I think that will just make keywords just so much more important because the Boolean, the way that us like seasoned recruiters search is changing. And then filters. So recruiters can narrow results based on location, job titles, industries, and more. This is what recruiters look for in profiles. We look at keywords. Are you using relevant keywords in your headline, your summary, and your work experience? And kind of think about your LinkedIn profile. And even if you want to pull it up and just take a look and see, okay, am I using relevant keywords? Your role relevancy. Do your past roles clearly align with your target roles by using job titles and responsibilities that match what recruiters are searching for? I'll give you an example of what I mean by role relevance. I've worked with a lot of clients recently that have done a lot of projects. They've taken on some freelance stuff. They have their hobbies. They have a side business. And it's like you want to put all of your experience on your profile. That's what the usual thought process is. However, it can clutter it and take away from the actual purpose of what you're trying to achieve. Just like Shannon had said earlier, what role are you targeting? What do you actually want to get? That's what your relevancy and your experience should point to. So not saying that, your side business as, a gardening consultant or whatever isn't relevant, but maybe you put that at the bottom or put that at special projects and keep your relevant experience at the forefront. Role recency is another one. Is your experience up to date and is it reflective of your latest work? You would not be surprised, or you probably are not surprised, because some people think of LinkedIn as the afterthought. They are very focused on like tweaking their resume, making sure their resume is great, but they always forget to update their LinkedIn, or their LinkedIn is just like an afterthought. But oftentimes once a candidate is in the interview process, the first place that every hiring manager and recruiter goes to is LinkedIn. Even if they have your resume, they're going to look on your LinkedIn. So just keep that in mind. Profile completeness. Have you filled out all the sections? The headline, the experience, you have skills on there, recommendations, and are you engaged? Are you doing anything with your LinkedIn profile, or did you just set it and forget it? And the reason why that's important is because it ranks higher. LinkedIn, just like any other social media platform, will show your profile to more people if you're actually using it, right? Because they're not going to show your profile if you're not even on there and I can't reach you. So you have to think about the purpose of LinkedIn and what they're making their money from. They're making their money off of their recruiter platform and their sales navigator platform, right? So they're banking on, okay, you pay me a lot of money, Miss Recruiter, and I will show you candidates that are going to respond back to you. So if you're not active, you may not be found. And the thing is, you want to be findable because you may be the best person in the world, but you're hiding in plain sight. So just think about that as you kind of learn more today. So I'm going to take you guys into sourcing candidates from a recruiter perspective, okay? So this is a real job that I had posted, and just showing you the bits of the job description. So I'm looking for a client project manager, kind of has like what you'll do, like the roles and responsibilities, who you are, like meaning the qualifications that you have, and just more about the position. So I will tell you that everything that you need to know about what they are looking for in a candidate is in the job description. I've heard from a lot of people that they're like, well, it looks like this person doesn't really know what they want, or there's like 3 jobs in one. And there is a caveat, because a lot of the times job descriptions are created by HR and usually sent over to hiring managers to kind of check the box, and sometimes they're templatized. But one thing that they always update is the experience requirements. So if you want to know what they're looking for, look for what you'll need or who you are or preferred qualifications, because that is what the recruiters are using to search for candidates. So what am I looking for out of this job description? Project manager, someone with 3 to 5 years in a media agency, experience developing multimedia plans and working in media platforms, and experience creating client-facing decks. So I'm going to show you in a second how I would actually source for this in real time, but I'll pause. Does anyone have questions about the job description and anything I just said about the requirements that anyone wants clarification on before I move forward?
I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times people think that recruiters only recruit for higher level jobs, like this one is 90 to 100,000. And do recruiters get involved in administrative assistant jobs and project coordinator jobs and some of those other positions that don't pay as much?
Absolutely. That is such a great question and a really big misconception. I actually even recruit for interns, and we have used LinkedIn Recruiter to recruit for interns that are paid and unpaid. So every role that is posted is typically being recruited on by a recruiter or a hiring manager, depending on if the company is really small and they don't have a recruiter, right? Like I'm talking to like the startups. But yes, I've hired admin assistants, executive assistants, like I mentioned, interns. There's really no no difference between, it's actually harder, to be honest, to hire for more entry or lower level air quotes positions than it is for more experienced candidates. So absolutely, they're doing the same exact thing. And I would say, you know, for administrative assistants, a lot of the times, especially project managers, you'll see 800, 1,000 applicants. Don't let that deter you from applying, because I will tell you that about 90% of those applicants have no relevant experience to that job, especially if it's easy apply. People are just like, they're just spamming. They're just like throwing spaghetti at the wall, which is a tactic. But I think that's the reason why there's so many applications out there. But yes, and I will also put a caveat on there too, that even though I have a job posted, and you can see in this slide here that I had over 100 applicants, I probably screened 2 people that were in this applicant pool. I had to go out and source, which is what I'm going to show you guys in a second. So even though you see 1,000 applicants or 100 applications or however much the number is, I will guarantee you that the recruiter will still need to do some searching, because the applicant pool, the quality is just never there, just to be honest.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a great question. Any other questions? All right. Let's take a look behind the scenes. So Dee Dee said you're changing tactics. You've stopped applying to positions that show huge applicant pools. Yeah, I mean, and then if you see things that are reposted, so if you're on LinkedIn and you see a job that's been reposted, like let's just say it was reposted 12 hours ago or 24 hours ago, how LinkedIn works is a posting is live for 30 days. So it will get posted, and that doesn't mean that the next day someone is looking at applications. It could just be posted, and then, you know, someone goes on vacation, the hiring manager is out, like things happen. And always another thing to kind of note is that recruiting is my full-time job, but it is not the full-time job of the hiring managers. And if you've ever hired, you probably know that recruiting is like the most annoying thing. Like you don't want to meet candidate, like no one wants to do that. So a lot of the times we're like, okay, hey, can you look at applicants? Hey, can you look at candidates? So it could be a couple of weeks until candidates are reviewed. Sometimes jobs are posted and they don't have the right ones or whatever the case is, or they're not done hiring and they will repost it. But what happens is it will just renew that posting and you'll see the older applications still in there. So if you see a job that was posted, you know, 5 hours ago and it has 100 applications, it was probably reposted, or it'll show you that it was reposted. And if you see that, don't get deterred. Know that they're still looking for somebody. That's why they reposted the job. So just another hint on like, oh, there's too many people. It's really a lot about timing and also just getting your name in there. And I would also recommend for you guys that might be only using LinkedIn to apply, I would always take a step further and either reach out to someone on LinkedIn that is in that company or apply directly on the company website because, and I'll show you, applications they do not go, sometimes depending on how they set it up, but most of the time they do not combine with the ATS. So the ATS and the LinkedIn pool are completely separate. So I might have 1,000 candidates in LinkedIn, but only 5 candidates in the ATS. Does that make sense? Because people aren't applying on the company profile, on the company website. They're only applying on LinkedIn. So that's a caveat too. Like if you want to be upfront and first, try and apply on the company website.